All right, now seat belts come in differing lengths. You can get 74-inch, 60-inch, and what's the other one? 90-inch, I think. Really long. So when I was looking for seat belts, originally it was for the 56 Plymouth behind me. And because that bench seat in that thing sits up so high, and because the mounts were going to be so far away from the front of the seat, I opted to get the longest seat belts I could, thinking, well, I'm going to need that. And it probably was not a bad idea. But uh, the seat belts, what is it? Seat Belts Plus? Is that my vendor? Seat Belts Plus. They have the most cost-effective seat belts in my book. A seatbelt set of the shorter 60-inch ones with $24.95 a piece, and you can't go wrong with that. And you had the installation kit is extra, but the installation kit is basically a grade 5 nut and bolt and lock washer, and then a large round washer to go underneath the mount to keep it from pulling through the floor. Now, there are higher tech mounting systems out there, but I think this, there seems to work. All right, now this section is 24 inches long. This section of the seatbelt, and it's fixed. You can't. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It's adjustable. You can adjust this side of it with the buckle. Now the other end is where it makes the difference. This length is the same. This length for the buckle is the same on both. It's going to have the same length on both, whether it's a 60, 74, or 90-inch seatbelt. Now the real variation comes with the buckle side, or not the buckle, but the part that goes inside the seatbelt buckle. Now this one is long, and there's no adjustment to it. You can't roll it up. You can't shorten this. It's as long as it needs to be. But this is too long for the Chevy. Like I said, the bench seat on the 56 Plymouth sits up off the floor considerably, and you would have to run the seat belt quite a ways from the floor to get to the seat, and then through it and around the driver or passenger. So I went ahead and got the longest I could for that. And so I've had those. I've never installed them in the Plymouth, but I've had them here. And so when I realized I really needed to put seat belts in the 55, those were the ones I went to first. And then I realized that they were not going to work well, because the Chevy has bucket seats from a late 60s, early 70s car. Now the seats in the Chevy are low back buckets, probably from some late 60s, early 70s vehicle, before they required high back bucket seats. Now the thing about these bucket seats is they are mounted to the floor. There's no adjustment mechanism. The adjustment mechanism didn't make it from whatever junkyard or place where the seats were. It's just the seats and no adjustment. Now, if you had the adjustment mechanism, they would sit up a little higher. But as it is, they sit very, very low. And so I don't need a 90-inch seat belt to go from the rear of the seat up and around the driver and passenger. So instead of that ungodly long one, this buckle is attached to a much shorter webbing. It's got this is the end 30-degree angle there that gets bolted to the floor, and this will connect with the buckle around your waist. But like I said, Seatbelts Plus has the best price on these. I ordered two of the shortest that they offer, and it was $24.95 a seatbelt. Not a bad price, considering that there are some vendors that want close to twice that. Now, of course, if you want a 3-point seat belt, that's going to cost you more. Also, if you want one with an automatic retractor, say at the bottom for the 3-point, that's going to cost more. But they're quick in shipping, and I can't complain a bit about the quality. So I have this. I have one more seat belt to put in on the driver's side, and I'll get that. Should get that done this weekend. All right. Now I've checked out the seat belt on the passenger seat, and it works great. I haven't driven it yet, obviously. I can't drive it from the passenger side, but it's very secure. All right, so if you're looking for a seatbelt, I suggest start with Seatbelts Plus, and they have some instructional videos that can give you some tips about how to secure your seatbelt, how to mount it to the floor, and other projects. If you, for example, I've got a wagon that has a post right behind the door, and in theory, it would be fairly easy to mount a 3-point seatbelt. And at some point, I probably will. On a hot rod forum, there was a discussion about the bolts, the hardware that goes with the seatbelts. Uh, Seatbelt Plus and other vendors provide grade 5 nuts and bolts. And so there was a discussion about why grade 5, why not grade 8, because they're stronger. Well, the issue became apparently grade 5 hardware will stretch, it'll bend. Grade 8 will just shatter, it'll break, it'll snap. And so if you're in the middle of an accident and you would rather have the hardware have a little give to it than just break off and let you loose. Or at least that's the theory anyway. All right, guys. Well, I'll come back when I get the other seat belt in. I've got to the door side of the seat belt is simple because you can basically sit down and reach under it, and the hole for the as long as there's no other supporting brace or anything under the floor where you need to drill it, it's fine. All right, and the hardware is now the hardware is extra, but it's not super expensive. But I certainly would use it. Now you have the option if you want to do some spot welding if on the big washer. I think it's galvanized, but you could grind that off and you could clean off spots on the floorboard and spot weld it if you wished. But I would still secure it with the appropriate bolt and lock washer. If you have experience with seat belts in your Tri-Five, let me know what you think and what worked for you. I still have this nagging notion I should invest in 3-point seat belts. And again, I probably will. There's a number of YouTube videos about the best way to anchor those and without ruining the interior lines or the of your car. Well, that's going to do it for this week's Shade Tree Garage update. I'll have the other 2 seat belts in, and we'll take a look at them. So take care until next time. We'll see you again here in the Shade Tree Garage.